What's up, guys? It is Tuesday. It is. Hi, it's Tuesday. So, tomorrow dogs get veterinarian appointments for immunizations that they don't ever, that they already don't have. There's some sick cats in the area, and if I can just do my best to keep them healthy, I'm gonna do my best to keep my dogs healthy. Banfield, 100% worth the money, in my most humble opinion. Friday is a busy day, so I have a doctor's appointment in the morning, and then I have I'm gonna go ask to get weighed, just because um, the 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 scale that I have here is very narrow and small, so the boot makes it hard for me to stand up on that by myself unless I want to put my leg up, which is weird. I'm not doing it. That's dumb. I'm just asking for an accident. And then taking my boot off and trying to stand on the scale with my hand not on something, supporting my weight, it hurts. So I'm just going to get weighed there, and they already know how much this boot weighs, etc., etc., etc. And then I've got to go get my ID fixed, and then I have to go to the DMV and try to get a few things done while I'm there. There's still a beautiful tinge of green running up my feet where the bruise is almost completely healed. So it is in that yellowy green stage, and it starts from the back of my ankle all the way to my toes. So I gave it a good whack. So I thought we would talk about a few things today that I'm in one of those moods to where I'm like just pissy enough to finally just open the door for it. So when I read over the notes, okay, from my original gastric bypass, there wasn't any mention of any real complications, or no real mention of anything like, oh, well, we only gave her this much, da da da. It just said straight gastric bypass, and the diameter of my pouch, etc., etc., etc. When Dr. Rollins went in to do my band over bypass, he didn't touch my intestines. He didn't need to. He didn't need to, as far as he knew, or, I had gastric bypass, blah, 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 yada, yada. So, after this surgery, he came in and was, the notes and everything, and then come to talk to me. I had, instead of 150, I had 75 centimeters bypassed. 75. Where a normal was somebody who was my size, okay, would have gotten 150. So I got about half that. So, that's been on my mind for, a month. That's been on my mind a month, that I have been kicking my ass. I have been, shaming myself and being mad at myself constantly, and telling myself that I was nothing but a failure, and that, I couldn't do anything right, and, I could go on, but you guys have been here for it. To know that it's not entirely my fault. Like, had I gotten the 150 centimeters bypassed, I don't think we would have had these issues. I think I would have lost the last, 80 pounds that I needed to lose. And with my exercise regime and being happy doing what I was doing, I would have kept it off, or at least for the most part. But that's not how stuff happens for me. So having heard that, I've been going through like a lot of emotion about it. You know, my husband, you know, he doesn't agree with me where, you know, I kind of I want answers. You know, I want to know what the fuck they were thinking, giving somebody over 400 pounds who'd come to you over 500 pounds, who'd come to you when your when your scale wouldn't even weigh her. Okay, so not giving me the full 150, hell, not even giving me 200. I have 600 centimeters. Yeah, I have 600 centimeters like most people. It's normal. That's the normal range. So to not even give me like 200 just to make sure that, you know, I would lose all the weight that I needed to lose and keep it off. Nope. No. Nope. They gave me 75, which is about 10% of my small bowel. So my doctor went in, he saw what happened, and I'm at 250 centimeters now is what I'm bypassed. That doesn't mean that I have free reign to eat whatever I want. And with a good probiotic, I don't have what most distal bypass people are afraid of is the diarrhea. Like, I don't have that. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, you have loose stools a couple times a day, but that's like usually in the morning when you're first waking up. Other than that, like, I don't have any issues. None. Still tolerating every food. I mean, if I eat broccoli or anything like that, I'm gonna be farting for hours. But that's not the point. Excuse me. Coffee, digest it just fine. Steak, you know, anything. I've tried everything. I've tried everything to see, you know, what was different. Even, I don't dump. Like, I was thinking that I would dump worse now than ever before. I don't dump at all now. Like, or, well, I mean, technically I haven't tried. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't been like, oh, let's see if I eat this whole, you know, pie, if I'll get sick. I haven't really tried. But for little things, I figured, you know, if I put regular sugar in my coffee, would it make me sick? Because back in the day, yeah, sometimes that would make me sick. No, if I want it, I can have it. Splenda is still fine for me. But I have been mulling that over in my head for weeks. God, for weeks. I have been like, how do I even start this video? And there was a lot of anger and frustration and a lot of crying in the first, I don't know, 90 of these I tried to make. And I think that it's taken me this long to kind of come to terms with it, that's okay, that's what happened to me. I can't change it. It still changed my life. It still gave me hope. It still showed me that I was capable of more than I thought I could do. It got rid of the diabetes. It got rid of the sleep apnea. It changed my life. And yes, I have had many a complication. And yes, this has not been the funnest thing I've ever done. I look at said ankle boot over here. But I can't really be that angry. It's not healthy. I can't really be that mad because those doctors did do the best that they could. You know, I kind of want to grow from this. I kind of want to let that go because I could be ornery and I could keep this anger with me and be pissed all the time that I didn't get what I felt, you know, I deserved. That I didn't get the had I have gotten this, had I have done this, have I, you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda. It doesn't help me. It doesn't help me to be angry about it because what is that gonna do for me right now? Nothing. It does is just keep me upset and crying and mad. And, you know, again, it did everything I asked it to. You know, it did give me better control. Um, yeah, I have better control over my life than I did before. I know what I'm capable of now. I wouldn't have tried 90% of the shit that I've done in the last 4 years at my heaviest. Hell, anywhere near my heaviest. Stop that, Saki. Stop that. She's got a skater bite or something, like itching her in the back, but I don't know, guys. I want not to be, I want not to be angry about it. I want not to be hurt that my situation ended up this way, but I also don't want to be like, I'm gonna blame them for everything either, because that's an easy road to take. That's a real easy, well, they did this and it's all their fault. No, no. Did I not get as much as the next person? Okay, yeah, no, I didn't. But I certainly have not been the model student for bariatrics. I mean, uh, girl, please. Even, yeah, I'm looking at you. Yeah, when you see a role model, don't look at me. I'm the worst. I'm like, you want a cupcake? Girl, go get yourself a cupcake. You want 10 glasses of wine? I wouldn't do that. But you could have, I'm not a very good role model, because I'm like, life is really, really fucking short. And I'm not going to play by the rules, because I don't have to. And I don't want to. And that's what makes me who I am. Is that, am I going to be perfect or even try to be perfect? No, I've already embraced that part of myself, and I understand that, I'm completely flawed. But the one thing that I did want to really talk about was the inner struggle that I have had for the past month since I found out. I'm a month out from surgery, and it really hasn't changed much. It really hasn't. Since I broke my ankle, and I haven't weighed myself, I look like I gained weight. So, for all I know, like, I might have gained more weight than not, being down and out and not making the best choices on the planet. Like, I don't know. Well, that's not even true. Like, I've been really good, actually. Like, I'm sticking to my meat and cheese and vegetables for the most part. Again, there are some things that weren't optimal. Protein bars and stuff like that was easier for me to grab than making like an actual breakfast. Just little things like that. I just didn't want to be angry anymore. I just don't want to be angry about it anymore. I want to let it go and be like, at that time, they felt that this is what was needed, and I'm going to respect their decision, and because they gave me a chance when nobody else would. So I'm not going to live with that anger. I'm going to turn it into something positive, which is, okay, all right, well, I accomplished a lot, essentially by myself, but that gives me a lot of hope for my future, that I can continue and get where I want to go. That's what I feel like right now. I think in my head, that's what I'm feeling, is that I can use this to fuel, the rest of it, the rest of my weight loss. I can use this to be like, okay, well, you've done the hard part, which was getting here, And now we just have to keep going. Make it a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more, and just keep losing as much as you can. And it's going to be slow, but I was already losing at a snail's pace anyway, so so far this isn't much different. Alright guys, I hope what I had to say made some sort of semblance of sense. The muscle relaxers that I'm on make me feel quite derp, so I'm never sure if the video is completely understandable or not. Yeah. Like I said, I'm like, yeah. Alright, so I love your beautiful, gorgeous, amazing faces. I hope everyone had a wonderful Tuesday, and of course I will do my best. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. What about that much better? I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Mwah.